So we are live right now. I'm just waiting to see for some people to be able to come on so that we don't start this class a little too early.
I'm glad you can see because I have no idea. So I'm hoping you're guiding me.
Hey, Gina, I see your comment.
Hi.
We're just going to wait a couple minutes because I want to make sure that everybody can kind of see this as we get started. So I'm going to kind of interact with everybody that is just chatting with us right now, and then we'll get started here in about a minute.
Sounds good. Make sure you introduce Helen. Or no, Becky. It's Becky.
Becky, we have our model today, Becky. Hey, Kathy. Hi,
Kathy.
Michelle. So everybody joining, we're just waiting about a minute so before we get started, just so people can get on. Hey, Hattie. Okay, I'm not gonna your name. I'm gonna say that name wrong. So Miss Rodriguez, hi. Hey, Julie. And like we were saying, this is Becky. Becky is our model today. She is a wonderful mannequin head.
Should have put her mask on.
Hey, Judith, you want to turn up your lighting just a little bit?
Yeah.
Yes, Julie, my hair is looking long.
Hey, Angie.
Yeah, can't get a haircut. You guys know how it is. Hey, Marie. Hey, Angie. Yeah, all of us are stuck at home, of course. I think almost all over the United States. I know Georgia was able to reopen today. But just like my clients, I'm not able to get a haircut. I'm not going to get a haircut till my clients can, of course, just for safety of myself and my stylist. But yeah, so my hair is kind of coming in over the ears almost. This is usually my skin. I can't spike my hair right now. But it's not that bad, right? So we're going to go ahead and get started, everybody. My name is John Altman. I am the International Director for Colors by Gina. And I'm just so thankful you guys will join us today. This is something that's huge for us, is to be able to give back to you guys. I think it was earlier this week, Gina gave away a bunch of color. I mean, a ton of color. A lot of people got free kits so when you go back to work, you're ready. And she wants to continue by giving you free education. So we're going to be doing this free education for you guys. And luckily today we have Miss Judit Hillman with me, and she is going to show us some some dimensional color. So kind of going over some of our colors, showing you a little bit of a technique. She is one of our national artists. I'm just so happy she can join me today, even though she only lives a mile from me. We still can't see each other except for on here. So Judith, go ahead and take it away.
Thank you, John. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining us today. I am very excited to be here today. This is my first ever Facebook Live. You would think that I would be a little more handy at this, but I'm not. So I will show you guys. I know everyone's really excited to getting back to the salon, and we're trying to rebook all our clients. And we all know that coming back, it's not going to be that simple little root touch up. It's going to be a full color refresh, whatnot. So I just wanted to show you guys today some quick tricks on how to do a refresh from root to end and add some dimension to color using Colors by Gina, which is one of my favorite color lines now. And I'm so happy I get to use it every single day starting next week. And so I will create the dimensional color without using foil. Why? Because that's going to be quicker, a much quicker service in my chair. And so today, the colors I'm going to use, some of my favorite are copper and red shades. You can create this look with any color. You can use the browns, you can use the blondes, be free to mix it up, add pure mixers to it, just be creative. And my thing always been that I want to create the colors that kind of blend together. So they're close family. Let's say today I'm using the 3 shades. I'm using, here we go, if you guys can see that. I'm trying to, the 6-4, 7-3-4, and 5-6-6 by Colors by Gina. And I will use 10 volume and 20 volume color producer with that. I will tell you all the mixing ratios. I mix them 1 to 1.5. And with the 6.4, I use the 10 volume color producer. And with the 5.66, I also use the 10 volume color producer. And then with the 7.34, because I wanted a little bit of lighter pop in there, I'm going to use a 20 volume color producer. So I sectioned the hair, pre-sectioned it. I think you guys have the chart that you can print it out and make your own. John, help me out. Sorry.
Yeah, on the Colors by Gina page, there's going to be some formats that you guys can print out, so you can see the actual layout of what Judit is doing.
Right. So I pre-sectioned the hair, but what I'm going to do, I love to create shadow roots for many reasons. One, because then the regrowth is not as obvious when the hair grows out. So it is closer a little bit to the natural. And two, if I'm placing lighter pieces in between, I don't want to get any hot roots in there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a 6.4 all over the roots, creating that shadow root. And then afterwards, I'm going to alter the colors, the 6.4, 7.34, and 5.66, creating the dimension just by taking slices. I will show you guys how I'm going to do that. So I'm going to get mixing. If you guys have any questions, just feel free to ask, and then John and I will try to answer.
Yeah, I have my phone and my computer going, so I'm trying to make sure I see all questions or anything coming up. And I see a lot of people saying hi, so hi, everybody.
Hi, guys. So I wanted to show you guys how creamy this is. I'm trying to get in there. So this is a fun thing I do when I use multiple colors. I use my Colors by Gina bowl, which I absolutely love, and the brush. But what I do, I put little tabs on because these colors are so close after you mix it in color that I don't want to, mix it up and not know what I'm putting on. So I put little tabs on with the numbers on it. Isn't that cool? It's a great idea. So I just wanted to show you the color. This is a 5.66 with the 10 volume color producer. And it is so creamy and so easy to mix. So I know it's going to be going on the hair very, very smooth. I also have my 6.4, which I put a little bit more than the 5.6 since I'm going to be using 5.66 since I'm going to be using a little more of that. And also the same thing, trying to find the camera. Here you go. Very, very smooth mixing. Since our color producers are cream based, so the whole color is just very creamy. Has a really nice shine to it.
And Judith, is there any way you can show us how the actual sections real quick, like lift the mannequin head so they can see her?
Absolutely.
I know we have a lot of questions on that, so you can actually see, like, right, if you want to explain, is it in triangles or how were you able to do that?
So here is, okay, well, I don't want to show you this one side just because that one's already done since we won't have enough time to wash and style and everything. So this is how I section the back, just because I'm going to take angled slices in the back when I'm coloring it. So I want that angled look. So this is how I sectioned the back side. And then I took above the ear, so I'm going to take the sections face framing back. And then from the bangs, or the front part of your hair, I'm going to start going backwards on the slices. And then the last is the top section. You can be creative with it. You can just use, let's say, the 6.4 and make it darker on the top, and then the pieces come out on the side. You can alter the three colors as you did all the way up here. Just be creative and feel, do what you feel that's gonna look good, and what goes well with the color, with your clients, personality. Some of my clients are very daring and they love the bright, bold colors. So I can get really creative with them.
And we are using a 6.4 on the root, correct?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm going to go all of, can you guys see it that way? How is that?
The back half is a little dark, but.
This side?
No, the other side, like towards you. But we do have a question. Is the middle triangled or is it straight across? The top.
The middle is straight across.
Okay.
The back. So sorry, I showed you guys the finished color, but yes. So I'm gonna get my gloves on, and I'm going to do my quick little root application. And what I'm just gonna do, I'm gonna go about an inch down from the roots all over. And create that shadow root. Now, if you have a gray hair and you have to do the gray coverage, you can use 20 volume as well. Just this, what's her name? Becky. Becky doesn't have gray hair, so I just use 10 volume color producer because I wanted to add that depth for her roots. But, get creative. If you do have to cover gray, use the 20 volume color producer, and you can cover that really easy.
And when you're doing the roots, you're only going about an inch and a half out, correct?
Yeah, I'm going about an inch out from the roots, and then taking sections. And I'm already sectioning it the way I'm going to color the slices. That way it's really easy to separate. So I'm angling my sectioning as I'm applying my root color.
Now, we have a question while you're applying. I'm going to try to help answer this in my opinion also. Okay. We have a question. Do you charge for an all-over with highlights for this process or all-over color? Me personally, I call this a specialized color. So it's an all-over color plus another amount on top of that because it's specialized.
Yeah, I would charge as a balayage, honestly. Because it's almost the same technique. But you are coloring the whole head. So I would charge as a balayage, which is a special coloring, as you said.
Yeah, I think everybody has their own type of pricing, but I always have something, if you can name it, or if it's something different than just doing roots or all over color, I always charge a different price for that.
Plus the other thing, what I love about this, that you are able to personalize the color for each client. You can create colors that, that you're not going to see on everyone's head because you are mixing 2 or 3 different shades just for this specific client. So, they're going to walk out knowing they have something very special that they're not going to see another person with that on their head. And
right.
I think a lot of people are going to be ready for something new. And you have to keep that in mind as well. When you go back to the salon, everyone's kind of feeling blah, feeling like their hair's a mess, they're a mess, and so they're going to want something new. And I know we're all so limited on time now just because we're trying to play makeup that it's going to be easy to quickly give your customers something that is new to them, but very quick and easy to apply. And it can give them that overall change that they're looking for, that fresh color. Because at this point, I am literally taking all my clients from root to ends because I know that those every 4 weeks, every 5 week clients, they're going to need a lot of work.
Well, and I don't know about the other states, but here in Colorado, we've been shut down for 5 weeks now. Next week we'll start our 6th week, I believe. So we have a lot of clients out there that are going to need a lot of color. So that's great on our part. Just remember to follow your guidelines when you guys do reopen to make sure that you are able to clean and sanitize between each client. With our industry, we want to make sure that we prove to everybody and show everybody that we are safe, that we are doing the best we can as we return to work to make sure that we are keeping them healthy and ourselves healthy.
Absolutely. And also, I know a lot of you guys double book, which I personally do. And now, I'm going to have to change that and book one person at a time, which really is going to make for really long days. And we're going to be burned out and whatnot. But at the end of the day, we're doing what we love and we're back to being creative. And I am just so excited about it. I told all my clients, I'm going to just want to hug them.
I don't know if we're allowed to hug yet, though. We'll
No,
see.
we're not, but I just want to hug them because I'm so excited to be back and be creative. So my son the other day, I was like, honey, I just want to do hair. I grabbed my dog and I have a Russian toy terrier and I started painting her face because she has white around her face. And my son came down and was like, Mom, you're losing your mind. He was like, that's animal abuse. But I just really want to be back in coloring, and
I
well,
think we all understand. Marie is talking about how she loves how smooth and creamy the color is, and I definitely have to agree with that. The consistency of this color is great. It slides and glides so well, especially on just pulling it through the hair, as we're going to see here in just a minute with Judith. And you can see how smoothly it will go through the hair. It's wonderful.
even on this doll head, who is how many years? 9 years old.
She's a little bit over 9 years old. She's been in my closet for a while.
Yeah. So
Becky.
her hair is a mess, and I know a lot of your clients' hair are going to be a little bit of mess, but we're gonna fix that, right? So yeah, it's a little. I washed her and I brushed her a little bit, but still gets a little tangled. So I'm just quickly doing all the root application. And remember, if she has gray hair, more around her face, start around the face, applying the color. And yes, applies very, very smooth. And it's not runny. Some colors can be so runny, and then you can just see it like running down on the face and have to put cotton around and everything. This one does not do that. And the other thing I love about it, that it does not stain the hairline. So
Yeah,
my
that's
clients,
a big one.
yeah, a lot of my clients are so used to it. Like, can you get me a wipe? And ever since I've been using Colors by Gina, they're just like, can I get a wipe? And I'm like, no, you don't need it. And they look in the mirror and they're like, oh, really? I don't need it. So that's the other thing I love about it.
Also, with this color line, for everybody that's going to be receiving your free kit if you haven't used it before, remember it is 1 to 1.5 mixture ratio. So even with that mixing ratio, it still isn't too runny. It's the perfect consistency to be able to glide through the hair.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge talking point there is it's less color, that you're going to have to use, which is great because let's face it, if you work on your own, if you're self-employed, money, that's a big thing to us. We don't want to overuse product or get waste product.
Absolutely. I usually can use one tube of color for 3 root touch-ups. So that is really, really good.
Right. And I'm about the same.
Yep. So very, very efficient. Yeah, and you get 3 ounces. So pretty much, 3 heads of hair. Because on Becky, I mixed 1 ounce of 6.4 with 1.5 ounce of color producer. All right, so I applied all over the roots, the 6.4. Now I'm going to start my slices in the back. If I can just put this so everyone can see it. So I'm going to start my slices in the back, and I'm going to angle them. And that's how I'm doing my application. She is still tingled a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, Becky, like I said, was in the closet for a long time.
Okay, so I'm taking the bottom section in the back, and you can take a nice inch, almost an inch thick section, because this is what I'm talking about, just being quick, but still adding that dimension to the hair. You don't have to foil it. I know foiling takes a little bit more time, and you can if you want to, but I'm all about, how can I create something really creative and not take, 3 hours. So on the bottom section, I'm going to apply the same color as I did on the roots, the 6.4, just because I want that dark underneath framing all around her face and all around the hairline. So I'm going to saturate this really good. And but it's so easy, like it glides through so easy, the color. And the other thing what I love about the Colors by Gina, that I have sometimes clients that their hair, especially in the summer, just so dry and brittle, and the minute I apply the color, and after I wash it off, it's just like immediately moisturized and hydrated, and they're like, what did you put in my hair? I'm like,
the Biogen complex, that's what you put in.
Yeah, the Biogen complex. It's what a baobab also, that's what nourishes and hydrates the hair. So, all right, so I'm gonna take my second section here. I'm gonna wipe my hands a little bit. And then I'm gonna start applying the 5.66, which is the red. And also I'm taking the same size of sections here.
And real quick, everybody, just to remember, the placement charts and anything that she's doing will be uploaded to the Facebook and IG pages, so that you guys can go ahead and download those right after, and you can use this technique in the future.
Okay. Trying to see if there's any questions, but thank you, John, for helping out, because I'm just can't see you.
Oh, I have the easy job. I get to sit in my office and just sit here and talk to people. So this is great.
All right. So what I'm doing, I'm literally just laying it on top of the other one. As I said, the color is not runny. So you can easily just lay it on top of each other. Can you guys see it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So this is what I'm continuing to do with the colors. Now the next one, I'm going to add the 7.34, which is the lighter one. And I guess I should have mixed that one up. But the good thing is it's really quick and easy to mix. You don't have, I used to have one of those, baking whisker thingies that I used to use to mix color. And I don't need that anymore. I can mix the color so easy with just a brush, and so smooth. That's it. All done. Mixed up. So
you won't get tendonitis anymore from trying to mix your color.
No. So I'm going to take my next section again, angle it. She's hard-headed. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to apply the color.
And this is the 7.34 you said?
Yes, this is the 7.34.
So that's our 7 gold copper.
Yes. And I'm doing this with 20 volume just because I want to add a little more kind of like a highlight look to it, a little more dimension, because the other two are darker. They're all level 5. So, okay. Ooh, here we go. Okay, my next section, I'm going to do the 566 again.
So the 7.34 is with 20 volume, and the other two colors, the 5.66 and the 6.4, are with 10 volume, just so everybody Because I see a couple questions on that, so I just wanted to reiterate that for you guys.
Yep. Now you could mix the 7.35 with 10 volume as well. This is where it comes in, your creativity and what you want to achieve. I really wanted that light to pop more, but you don't have to. Also, if you're doing it on dark hair, I would do it with 20 volume. But if you're doing it on blonde, you can just use the 10. Just be creative. Once again, you can use, your own shades. You can do this with the browns, with the blondes, whatever you want to mix it with. I usually like to stay either in the warm family or the cool family when I'm mixing, more than 2 colors. And again, you can add pure mixers to, let's say you can add a copper pure mixer to your 734 or 6.4 to brighten it up. Again, this is just an idea, a guide for you guys, but just get creative. So I applied another section of 734. And then going again. Now I'm going to bring the dark one, the 6.4, up here on top. You guys have any questions?
So far, I think we're keeping up with everybody.
Okay.
Rachel is saying how she loves how vivid the colors are without the use of higher color producer, and it's very true. Even with a 10 volume producer that we have, you really don't. It still gives you that vivid, beautiful color.
Yes. Yes.
You don't have to go with a 30 or 40 like with others.
Exactly. So I'm gonna take the side part now. Trying to make sure you guys can see this. Okay.
Well, and actually, we only have about 2 more minutes of this class, Judith. So if you just want to kind of show them that part, and then we can show them the other side at the last point.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to take this side section as so, and I'm going to apply the 6.4 right here on the first piece. And again, just feel free to take a nice, about an inch wide piece or thick piece. And I'm going to do the 6.4, 566, and then again a 6.4.
And real quick, I just want to, Melissa Murphy Larson just posted, the red won't hold a 20 volume in that blonde level, no longevity. And a lot of that is correct. She's bringing up a great point. When you open up the cuticle that wide to try to put a pigment in when it's that light, a lot of times it's going to start rinsing back out. So using a 10 volume is usually best when working on blondes with these brighter colors. Our longevity of the color lasts great. I mean, it lasts a long time, but she's talking color common sense there. And thank you for saying that, Melissa, because it is a great reason to why you would want to use the 10 volume if possible.
All right. So I applied, so you could, as you saw, you continued the application since we don't really have time for me to finish all of it. But I want to show you the part where I did. Just one more thing in the front. I do want to show you how I'm sectioning it in the front as well. So this is how I'm taking my front section, my bangs. And same thing I'm going to apply starting with the 6.4. So all around the face, you always start the first section with the 6.4. Just because I want to keep that framing going around. And then again, continue with the sections. So I'm going to show you the other side, which I already colored yesterday for you guys, since I know that we we're short on time. And
30 minutes goes by fast.
yes. So here is she. I'm trying to find it here. How is that? Can you guys see it?
Yes, and you can see the different dimensions in that hair because we had a question, how do you blend the two colors together without showing the lines? And a lot of that is because the root is already done, so it's not going to be bright on the root. But also these three shades will actually blend together because they're all vivid red
Right.
in the red family.
Yes. So that's the reason why I do love the shadow roots, and I always go a little darker on the roots because when I'm applying highlights as well, I don't want that hot root showing. And that's also why I like to keep the colors close to each other, like 5, 6, 7, the levels, because that way they blend much better.
And someone's asking if they can just see the base real quick. The 6.4. See, and you can see the 6.4 right there on the base. It's just going to blend everything perfectly with the 5.66 and the 7.34. You're getting a lot of loves it, and they love the look of this and how beautiful and stunning it is. So,
yeah, thank you guys. So I hope you all go back to the salons and get creative. And I hope this gives you a little bit of idea of, what to do and how to quickly apply, color all over and still create dimension.
yep. And everybody, thank you for being here. Remember, she will have these head sheets up on the Colors by Gina page, the Facebook page and the Instagram page. Also, we want to remind you guys, we do have a class coming up on Monday with me and Heather Nita. We will be going over some reds and showing you how to make different types of reds. It's called Colorful Creations, and we'd love to see you then. So that's Monday at 1 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. And we're so happy that you guys are here with us today. And thank you for taking a little bit over 30 minutes with us. We really enjoyed having this time with you guys. So everybody take care and be safe, stay healthy, and we will see you next week. Thank you, Judith.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, John, for helping out. See you guys next time.
Everybody take care.
Bye.